there is a clear philosophy, and that's the reason why we are there. Like, I want to see people here in a better way. Research, development, production, and people in the field care. And I would say really care. And I see example like Sabrina. It was the first time she was wearing hearing aids. She was at that time 4 years and a half. So she was really young. She's now 13. We were not able to explain to Sabrina how the FM system will work. So we decide all together to just try how it will go. So she had the receiver with the claro, and I had the teacher to just talk on the microphone to see if Sabrina will have a reaction. And then Sabrina stopped doing what she was doing, and she realized that something was going on. Someone was talking to her. But the teacher was far away from her, so it was a bit conflictual for her to hear someone that she was not able to see and not able then to read lips. And then she looked at the teacher, and she come near the teacher, she grabbed her leg, and she said, "I'm hearing your voice." And then, you know, everyone around, we had tears in our eyes because it was a crystal clear reaction that, you know, the Phonak FM was helping her, doing something new and something that is normal for everyone, right? So that was the greatest moment I had in my career.
I think one of the most important thing to motivate the team is the idea that finally you create a product which really makes a difference to the hard of hearing.
For me personally, it's a little ironic that one of my greatest loves and interests is music. It's kind of a strange thing for somebody with a hearing loss to love so much. But one of my biggest fears as I was growing up is that I knew my hearing loss was progressive, and I knew at some point in time I wouldn't have any hearing left at all. How would I enjoy the things that I enjoy most, particularly music? But the combination of the Phonak technologies plus cochlear implantation together allows me to still enjoy music in its fullest, and I cannot imagine what it would be like to not have music as part of my life. My greatest vision for a technology that will come someday, that's interesting because I never thought that I would have the technologies that I'm currently using in my own lifetime. And it's completely amazes me is how far we've come and how innovative Phonak technologies are. It exceeds my expectations. I can't think of a better place for a person like myself as a person with hearing loss to work, because Phonak is truly committed to finding solutions to communication problems, more so than pretty much, in my view, any other hearing aid company. They're the most dedicated.
Phonak is driven by innovation. Innovation demands communication and knowledge. To survive in this industry, we need smart people and skillful hands. That's only possible if we work together as a team.
I think Brazil has a unique, as all the other countries, they have a unique way to make business, and the culture is very important. At first, when we had to face the takeover for Phonak, we were afraid that Switzerland could come and change everything. And then, little by little, we start knowing Phonak, knowing the great technology they have. But more important than the technology were the people behind Phonak, that they gave us great support. So everybody here in Brazil felt very confident and comfortable. If you are working with people that you feel comfortable, you enjoy, you feel as a family, then it's much better. So we could even increase the way we were used to work, not inside the company, but also with people from headquarters. They have so many different cultures and they respect all the other. They are very international. So they give us freedom to work and we had very good relationship with them. So now we are part of the Phonak family.
The skills of the people are, and therefore I'm totally convinced, is very high. I think it has a lot to do with how this company has developed. We leave it to the expert to decide in which direction, what is the best way to achieve this target.
I first came across this school because I decided I wanted to help the deaf children in Fiji. If we look at WHO figures, it looks like there would be 17,000 deaf children under the age of 21 in Fiji alone. My own daughter is deaf. She was born deaf. She's now 21 years old. So I had a lot of knowledge from my own child, and it was a great shame not to use that knowledge to help somebody else. I contacted the CEO of Phonak in Australia, and I was absolutely delighted that he wanted to help us in an abundant way.
In a country like Australia and New Zealand, we have very, very good hearing health care. In Fiji, that doesn't exist. I mean, we do have a spirit in Phonak of being the family, and the fact that we extend it now to a third world country is part of just, I guess, the folklore of Phonak. I guess we see our neighbours in Fiji as our extended family.
You would imagine a company like that would be all about the bottom line and making money and technology, but they also realise that, these kids can't afford to buy their hearing aids, so they happily donate them.
I actually take money in to Phonak. I don't give it out. I'm responsible for taking money in, but I'm still a person who loves the Phonak feeling. We don't actually give them money, we give them help. You see, that's the difference. What more could you give but the sound? Yeah, that makes you really feel good that you can do that.
If I could give the head of Phonak a big kiss, I would. I'm a Phonak groupie.
With the new technology and the new digital technology, we are able to do a lot more than what we could have done in the past.
All this is only happening because we bring together the coolest and best people in the industry. When we entered the Chinese market, Phonak was a nobody and as a brand entirely unknown. It's no secret that many companies are meanwhile active in the Chinese market. Chinese people have a lot of job opportunities. The aim is to unite the Chinese and the Western mentality in order to achieve an outstanding performance. Basically, the Chinese are looking for a strong family feeling. For Chinese people, the family is the center of life. It's inside the family where they concentrate their energy. The relationship to their parents and their grandparents is very important. The fact that I happily represent the same feeling through Phonak certainly is a big advantage. Trust is the main thing. Trust is the key word for success. In the meantime, Phonak Shanghai has grown to over 500 employees, mainly because we're still showing the same innovative power as we did in the beginning. This is what makes the difference for the Chinese employee: innovation. This success is based on efficiency and trust in each other. These are the values we need in order to stay powerful and on top of this market. This is a high-performance company. We develop the best products in this industry. Here we made the fitting guideline, audio zoom, auto-select. These achievements are only possible because each and every employee is irreplaceable.
Bei der Phonak kam das neue Gerät Edulink raus.
When Edulink was launched at Phonak, everybody was talking about CAPD, CAPD, CAPD. My colleagues explained to me that CAPD means Central Auditory Processing Disorder. They described to me the symptoms of this disease, and I clearly recognized my daughter had it. She had serious trouble with German. Mainly dictations were difficult for her. Whenever I talked to her, she would hardly react. I had to tap her on the shoulder and ask her, "Can't you hear me?" And she would reply, "Yes, I hear you," but only after I tapped her. Finally, my colleagues at Phonak fitted her with Edulink. Immediately she was happy, went to school. She was hearing much better and very quick. Her marks improved immensely. In the meantime, she is doing really well and above average. It was always great fun for me working for Phonak, because here I can help people to overcome their loss of hearing. It was quite funny to suddenly step on the other side and be one of those affected, but the help I experienced was wonderful.
The motivation and the power we have here is based on the trust to the people. We trust each other, and that's what I believe. If you have the trust in your people, people will give it back, and we finally will be much more powerful.
Granted, what we do is very emotional. You really need to be a caring person, a person who is giving, in order to put everything into the product that we do. And tying that to the idea of donations, I think kind of go hand in hand. A notice came around from Phonak management about a group that's called Hesed House. It's an organization that's a nonprofit group that provides food and provides lodging, if necessary, for homeless people. Nobody really chooses to be homeless. Can happen to anyone. Our economy, etc., is affecting that. So the note was posted that we would like to contribute. We would like to help this group as a team, which is what Phonak is all about. It's such that with times as tough as they are, everyone is a little bit short on cash or a little bit short on what they can do to donate. Everyone in this company took from themselves and made a contribution. A lot of food was gathered for that day to provide one meal for one night for the group at Hesed House, because actually they feed hundreds and hundreds of people there. But then the fact that we can go out and as a team have an impact is something that I've not been able to experience at other companies. I really felt Phonak corporate values in a personal way in my heart. So yes, at Phonak, life is on.
My name is David Burns. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I've been wearing Phonak hearing aids now for 2 months, and I've been very happy with them, quite pleased. I can hear people now and hear voices and carry on conversations that I couldn't have before. Before I got the Phonak hearing aids, I couldn't hear crickets, I couldn't hear birds, I couldn't hear little children's voices. One of the things I particularly like is I can hear in a noisy environment. You know, I can go into a restaurant now and I can actually be part of the conversation at the table. And I oftentimes had difficulty making out dialogue on TV shows. Now I can actually hear those sounds. Yes, I think my family notices the improvements of the hearing aids because they don't have to say things more than once.
I am Bill Barkley, Director of Marketing for Steelcase Incorporated. I currently use the Naida Superpowered hearing aid. I've had hearing aids for 40 years with amplified sound, but for me now it's about the depth and the quality of the sound that I hear. And Naida has opened up a whole new world for me. I've also recaptured a lot of sound that I'd never heard before, and those sounds are rich and full. For example, at the base of Kilimanjaro, as I was climbing to the top of the mountain, we were going through the rainforest. And what was amazing was to stand there in the forest canopy and hear that there were a number of monkeys jumping from tree to tree.